Hi there, myself Madhav Jha. I welcome you to CodeChef and let's have a look at this question.
The problem is prefix-suffix reconstruction. The problem difficulty is easy and there are no prerequisites. Let's have a read at the problem. Once upon a time, Chef had with him a array A of length n, and this array A will only contain the elements in the range 1 to n. Now from this array A, he created a new array F of length n via the following process. So to create this array F, first Chef will create a array P. This will be a prefix maximum array of A. That is, each P of I will be the maximum of elements from A1 till AI. Similarly, Chef constructed a suffix minimum array. That is, the S of I will be the minimum of elements from element AI till the end. Now for all these prefix and suffix, F will be a frequency array for all the elements and their count on how many times this element is present in both P and S. Essentially, F is the frequency array corresponding to the union array of P, that is the prefix maximum and suffix minimum. So if we have to take an example, let's take this example of A with the elements 2, 3, 1 and 2. Now in this case, if you make the maximum prefix array, the maximum element here is 2, 3, 3 and 3. Similarly, if you make the minimum suffix array, the minimum is 2, 1, 1 and 1. Now if we create a frequency array, 1 appears 3 times, 2 appears twice, 3 appear thrice and then 4 appears 0 times. As we can see, this is the corresponding prefix maximum, suffix minimum and the frequency array of union of prefix and suffix. Now as the time passes, Chef forgets the array A and only remembers the frequency array F. Our task is to help him find the frequency array, our task is to find him the initial array A that will result in the frequency array F. If it is possible, we'll print that, otherwise we'll print -1. Now there are additional constraints to our frequency array. The first being that sum of all the elements in frequency array will have to be equal to 2n. This is intuitive since it has to be 2n to make sure that all the elements in prefix and suffix are accounted for. The second condition is that the frequency of 1 is going to be greater than equal to n. This is a special condition that will come back later. Now if it is possible from this frequency array to find the initial array A, then we will print that, otherwise we will print -1. Let's see the input format. We have t test cases and for each test case we will have two lines. The first line will contain the integer n, that is the length of our array A and F. Next up, on the second line we will have n space integers. These will be the elements of array F, that is F1, F2 till Fn. As for the output, if we are able to construct the array A from F, then we'll print the original array A, otherwise we will print -1. As for the constraints, number of test cases will go from 1 to 10 raised to 5. Length of the array will go from 1 to 2 into 10 raised to 5. The value of elements in F will go from 0 to 2 into n. And as we have seen, summation of all the elements in F will result in 2n and the frequency of 1 is greater than equal to n. Let's see some sample input. So for the first sample input, there are two elements. The frequency array given to us is 2, 2. Now if we construct a array A that looks something like this, 1, 2, then the prefix maximum of this is going to be 1, 2 and the suffix minimum is going to be 2, 1. Now if we see, the count of 1 present in the union of prefix and suffix is 2 and the count of 2 is also 2. So with this, we can confirm that what we have is the original or a correct version of our array A that will result in this frequency array. Let's see how we can approach the solution. As we have seen the very special condition that the frequency value of our element 1 is going to be greater than equal to n. This would mean that we have to fill ones at more than n position in either prefix or suffix array. So let's try to do that. Let's assume that this is our array A. This will have some elements. Then from this we'll have our prefix maximum, and then we have our suffix minimum. So since we know that the value or the frequency of element 1 is going to be greater than equal to n, let's say we put it at the end of our array A. If we do that, then for the suffix array, since we receive 1 here, all the elements or rest of the elements are also going to be 1, because as we know, the elements in A goes from 1 to n. There is no other smaller number, right, that is going to be less than 1. So therefore with this, the suffix array will be completely filled with 1 just by putting 1 at the end of our array A. So with this we have reduced the frequency of 1 by n. Now for rest of the elements, since suffix is already done, what we can do is in prefix we can simply add them in the ascending order. So let's say if we have count whatever else one is remaining, we can just put it here so that it appears in prefix also. But for the rest of them, we can simply put it in the ascending order. So something like this. So with this, what will happen is in prefix array, it will come in the same order. So 1 will appear here, 2 will be the maximum, again here 6 will be the maximum, and at the end also 6 will be maximum. So with this, we discover another property, that is whatever is the maximum element, right? Either you get that from frequency array, so whatever is the maximum element that has a frequency greater than 0, that will always appear twice in this case. Why? Because at the end, since we have added 1, so whatever is the previous element, whatever is the maximum element, this will appear twice in our frequency array. 1, because this element is maximum among till here, this ith position, and even for the last n position, 6 is going to be maximum here. So frequency of the maximum element is going to be greater than equal to 2. What would happen if that is not the case? What if we tell that the maximum element frequency has to be 1? Are we able to construct that? So if we want the element to appear only once, we will try to add it at the end of our array A, right? We'll add this element m at the end. So now if we do this, the prefix sum, the maximum prefix, sorry, not the sum, will have m only at the end. But since it is at the end, our minimum suffix will also have m at the end. So it would mean that m will appear twice. So it is not possible for the maximum element to only appear once. So what we'll do is, we'll check what is the maximum element that appears, and if its frequency is going to be equal to 1, then our answer is -1. We cannot construct the original or initial array A. But if that is not the case, we'll put 1 at our end. So with this, the suffix minimum will all become 1. It would mean that we can decrease n from the frequency of 1, and for rest of the elements, we can simply print them in the ascending order. And with this, we will get the original initial A array. And this will be our solution. Let's see how we can implement the solution in C++. So for each test case, we call the function solve. In solve, we take the input of n, then we take the input of our frequency array. Now as we have seen, we will find what is the maximum element that has a frequency greater than 0. If that maximum element only appears 1, it means that we cannot construct the original array. Therefore, our answer would be -1. But if that is not the case, we will put 1 at the last element of our array A. That would mean that the complete minimum suffix array will have all the elements as 1. So it means that we can reduce n from the frequency count of element 1, and for the rest of the elements, we'll simply add them in the ascending order. As we do that, at the end, we'll have the array A with which we can construct the maximum prefix and the minimum suffix in such a way that we get the given frequency array. And as you can see, I've got an AC in my C++ implementation. Let's see how we can implement this in Python. Again, for each test case, we call the function solve, take the input of n, and then our frequency array. To find what is the maximum element that has a frequency greater than 0. Once we find that, we check what is its frequency. If its frequency is equal to 1, it would mean that we cannot construct the original array A. If that is not the case, then we reduce n from the frequency count of 1, because we will put 1 at the end of our array A. That would mean that the complete suffix min array will become 1, so we are reducing n for that. And for rest of the remaining elements, we simply add them in the ascending order. And with this, we will get a valid array A that can construct the maximum prefix and minimum suffix in such a way that we get this frequency array back. And as you can see, I've got an EC in my Python implementation as well. So I hope you understood the problem, the approach, and how we can implement the solution in both C++ and Python. Have a very good day, and I'll see you in the next video.